How to grow at home. The presence of plants in the home, inside or outside it, is relaxing and keeps people from tiredness and sadness. In general, most homes are not without the presence of plants in them, and the responsibility for caring for plants rests with the head of the family, whether cultivation is inside the home or in the home garden. Here, we will talk about how to grow at home in detail. Planting in the home garden. Many people strive to grow different types of plants in the home garden, such as roses, winter crops, and fruit trees, and in order for a person to have a distinct home garden, he must follow the following tips. In the beginning, it is necessary to know the type of soil and the type of climate, so that we can know the type of plants that are suitable for each of them. We have to plant in a small area at the beginning instead of getting stuck in large areas. It is better to determine the suitable place for planting. It should be near a source of water, the site should be sunny, and there should be a pathway for walking without exposing the cultivated area to harm, in addition to the presence of channels to drain excess water. It is important to obtain the appropriate agricultural tools, such as the shovel of various types flat and pointed, in order to dismantle the soil and the hard ground, and it is necessary to bring a sprinkler for water, an axe to dig and separate the soil, and a special comb to flip it. After obtaining the appropriate tools, it is necessary to take care of the soil, cultivate it, and add organic materials to it, such as agricultural animal manure, worm compost, or natural manure. The soil must be prepared 1 month before planting, and it is also necessary to make sure that the soil is sufficiently moist. When starting to plant, it is best to plant vegetables that grow quickly and easily, such as zucchini, lettuce, and carrots, as well as cabbage and beans. The multiplication of planting one type of plant increases the incidence of bad bugs, so it is necessary to diversify the types of cultivated plants. It is important to monitor the crop through weeding and watering the plants well without cutting or exaggeration, and the need to pay attention to the formation of agricultural pests and diseases that affect the plants. Cultivation indoors. If we want to grow plants indoors, we must know the type of suitable plants that live inside the house, as well as know how to take care of them, and in what follows we explain how to grow houseplants and how to take care of them. Plant selection. In the beginning, we have to know the appropriate criteria for choosing indoor plants, the most important of which are: no insects or any indication that the plant is sick. Choose plants that are clean and have good soil. Choose plants with green leaves and stay away from plants with brown tips, and not accept seedlings with few leaves. The need to choose seedlings suitable for the home climate without changing the environment and climate of the house. How to transfer the plant. It is important to pay attention when moving plants from the inside to the outside or vice versa, as the plant should not be kept inside the car and under the sun in the summer if we want to move it from a far place, because of the harm it has on the plant, so it is better to cover the plant to protect it from the sun. But if we want to transfer the plant in the winter season when it is very cold, it is better to cover it with a piece of cloth. Acclimatization. Houseplants can adapt to the surrounding environment, but not quickly and suddenly. If the plants live in the light and we want to move them to a shaded place, then the transition must be gradual, and this is called plant acclimatization. And the same is the case if we want to move the plant from a shady place to a place it is highly lit, or if we want to move plants from inside to outside and back. Knowing the factors affecting the plant. It is necessary to be aware of the environmental factors that affect the plant, and these factors are: the light. One of the important factors that have an impact on plants and their growth is the amount of light falling on the plant, and the light is important for the process of photosynthesis. Lightly, its leaves will be light and its stems long. Water. Plants differ in their need for water. Some plants need a small amount of water, others need an ample amount, and the soil here affects the amount of water that the plants receive. If the plant is planted in sandy soil, it must be known that it will dry up quickly, so we must water it more than plants grown in other types of soil. The heat. The majority of houseplants bear the fluctuating temperatures provided that the temperatures are not too high or too cold because they negatively affect the plants. It may lead to the shedding of the plant's leaves or it may affect the growth of the plant. Humidity. One of the important things that affects the plant is the humidity in the air, and we can increase the humidity by two methods. The first is to use a special device to control the level of moisture, and the second way is to use stones and place them under the container designated for home cultivation to balance the moisture in the soil. Ventilation. It is very important to ventilate the house because some of the gases in the house negatively affect the plant, such as falling leaves or lack of flowering. Fertilization. Just as outdoor plants need fertilizer, house plants also need to be fertilized, so it is necessary to put fertilizer so that we do not put it in the winter season. The soil. It is necessary to pay attention to the quality of the soil in which the houseplants will be grown. It is important that the type is good and contains pores so that the roots of the plants can breathe. Plant pots. The containers in which indoor plants are grown are varied, and when choosing a container, attention must be paid to its size. This container should bear the presence of soil in it as well as the roots of the plant, and attention must be paid to the need to change the soil in the container every year because this soil has lost many of the important elements that houseplants need. Try any of these recipes and share your experience with us. If you like video, give it like and share with your friends. For more tips and tricks, subscribe the channel.